Hi, everyone. Um, New software, so I don't know really yet how this all works, but welcome to the daily video update. And let me see, share screen. This one second. Let me get this out of the way. No, hang on. Hang on. Which screen? Desktop 2. Share screen. Okay, now you should be seeing my screen, and it should be automatically recorded, but I don't really know if it is. So let's see. Oh, pause recording, stop recording. So it must be recording. All right. Let's start with, as we usually do, with the DXY. Oh, I don't like this being in the way. How do I move this? Anyway. Let's start with the DXY on a daily. So I really hope that this is recording and that you can see my screen and that I'm not doing this for nothing. So DXY, you know, on a weekly, we broke down. There was a gap beginning of the week. We closed it by a pip, and I'm still looking lower. You know, everybody is thinking dollar strength coming in. I'm not too sure about that. So this is a daily. We actually haven't really touched this 261.8 extension 9024, but even then I'm still looking lower. And you know, this sliding parallel, which was support here and here, well, could probably be you know, touched again. So let's look at a 4-hour chart. Same here, you know, 261.8 extension not touched yet. We had a little bit of a bounce. We're coming back down, and it's more, it's clearer on the hourly. So, you know, we had a bit of a pullback into resistance. I'll show you, you know, these hourly reversals. Resistance was tagged, and we're going back down. So for me, it's still bearish US dollar, and that should translate into all the other you know, dollar-based pairs. So looking lower and probably lower than this. Okay. Then let's just look at dailies. Euro dollar. I got to move this so it becomes a little bit clearer. We haven't really touched the real target that I had in mind yet. But so let me take this this one away. The real target is actually this trend line from. Oh, I got to put it back on auto. You know, going back to 2008, it had a nice touch here, a nice touch here, not so clean here, but a nice touch here. So, you know, I mean, 4 touches, it's important. It's going to act like a magnet. Where does this come in? you know, tomorrow uh, or by the end of the week. So that's above 23. So I'm still expecting the euro dollar to go above 23, 1.23. A 4 hour. Same thing. We haven't really touched the target yet, so I'm still looking up. And like I said, you know, above 23, 23, 25, or even a bit higher. On an hourly, I don't know if you will be able to see something, but anyway, I'm actually I was actually looking for a, you know, a deeper pullback as this, but yeah, it's you know, this is probably a 23.6. Let me put that on there. So yeah, exactly. So in strong moves, you know, I mean, you would expect at least a 38.2, but in very strong moves, 23.6 retracement could be enough, and we're going for higher highs. So keep this in mind, you know, with other dollar pairs too. So the same thing with dollar yen on a daily. Can't really see much, but I was expecting a little bit higher than this. So 11.25 or 15.25 for a pullback. We didn't get that. So look lower. So 109.85 and 109.50 approximately. Those would be targets, and they would also, you know, confluence with these trend lines, which was support here in September. Okay, 4 hour. Not much to see. The same thing, you know. I mean, I expected a bigger pullback. It doesn't seem we're getting it. So look for more dollar weakness. Then for tomorrow, dollar CAD. Has been, you know, trading up and down in the 24 range, obviously, because it's just waiting for the BOC. What do I think? You know, 85% chance that there's a rate hike. BOC always said that they would be careful, so it's not a done deal. But if the market was convinced that it wasn't a done deal, it wouldn't be staying here at this level. That's just my opinion, my experience. So what are we looking at? You know, a drop below 2360 would take it to daily reversal resistance here, which is 122.50. Well, it's 122. Let's call it 122. Big mover, dollar CAD, when you know, unexpected news is coming. So be careful tomorrow. On a 4 hour chart, you know, this modified shift fork hasn't really been how shall I say it? You know, if the median line isn't reached, then it's not really certain that this fork will do anything. On the other hand, I've got an upsloping fork that I thought yesterday would hold, but it didn't hold, so I'm just going to take this away. And then for upside targets, if there's no rate hike, 125, let's call it 126 again, you know, then we're still in this range. I would, if we go up towards 126, take short. If we drop down here, this drop, because that would also mean that they're really in rate hike mode. So if there's a rate hike tomorrow, there will be a second one at least this year. Pound. Same thing as the euro. We had a bit of a pullback, but we're still looking. I'm still looking higher. So this level here on the parallel 38.77, and actually, you know, the low here from before Brexit. Which is, you know, at 140, and that's actually the target that you should have before some meaningful pullback, and then you know, get long again in this area. Aussie, I'm just going to stick to the daily charts. Aussie actually reached my target, but my first target, and I thought there would be a pullback, but it's not coming. It doesn't look like it's coming, and there's news tonight. Aussie, what is it? Home loans and investing, lending for homes. So either that would be the catalyst for the pullback, or we get to that 80 cents that I'm thinking, at least 80 cents. Kiwi, don't really want to talk about it, but this level that we reached, it's not something I just pulled out of my hat. It does look like a good reaction. We didn't have enough follow through. Would have liked, you know, a total daily reversal, but we're not getting that. Where does this level come from? And let me switch to a weekly chart. It's actually, you know, weekly levels. That was a close support here, a close here, a close here. So, you know, it could be an important level to, you know, for the reversal. Another thing is, you know, how many times we've, where is it? Consecutive candle count. You know, we've had how many weeks up? We had 6 weeks up. The last time in 2017, there was 7 weeks up. So there could be a pullback coming. Is it going to be this week or next week? Nobody knows, right? But you always got to be careful because, you know, this was the 7th week. We got a little tiny pullback here, and then it was another 3 weeks up. So be careful if you think, oh yeah, it's got to go down. Yeah, maybe it will go down for 1 week for you know, 50 pips, and then it might just continue the journey upwards, right? Okay. Then everybody's talking about dollar Swiss. Yeah, I just tweeted this. You know, of course, it's you know, it's hesitating here at the median line, but it broke through it, and depending on where we're going to close, I wouldn't want to you know, long this, especially not with RSI. weak below 40. If this is wave 3, then we got to reach the 127 extension. Well, we don't have to, but usually it does. So that's 95, 93. That's another 30, 40 pips down. And then we just have this 61.8 extension from this move that could also be attracting. So, hey, in my opinion, Andy has the forks, not forks, the fractals. But yeah, we disagree on this. Yeah. Then let's quickly look at, let's go to Euro Yen. And I got stopped out this morning here because I thought, hey, 136 is going to hold. And then the high was 136.9 and the stop was 5. So, but, this doesn't give a lot of conviction that the move is down, right? Especially not if we're going to close like this. That's total indecision. It could also mean it's a continuation candle. It is an outside day that we're doing. So Euro Yen also, if I think that Euro still has some upside, yeah. This just isn't a trade that you can say, oh, it's gonna turn back here or not. So at some point I do think we're gonna pull back, but it doesn't look like it yet. One thing is, though, that this horizontal trend line, if I don't make it as thick as this, we're actually breaking it. So I'd be careful with Euro Yen. Pound NZD, I stopped out of all the trades. It didn't look good to me. I might have made a mistake. We're above this horizontal trend line. It could be in the Asia session that we will make another high here, and then would be confirmed. But yeah, I mean, if you look at this yesterday and today, not much conviction either. Pound Aussie. On a daily. So actually, yeah, I closed this too soon, but it reached all the targets that I had, which was, 70, 73, 70 basically. The same thing. Not very clear. Is it going to continue up, or are we first going to have a pullback? Maybe back to this 50 line, and support should come in 72.14, 72.20, let's call it. So and probably, well, I wouldn't, because it's a cat pair, right? Now this one, if let me get rid of this trend line. This one, if you, as I would think, get a rate hike, this level, it's actually not bad to try short right before the announcement. It could be cheap with a stop above this, Monday high here. No, it's a Friday high, sorry. And then look for probably the 200-day at 168.50s, which would also be back to the 50% retracement. Gold. Yeah, as I said, I'm also not a fan yet of shorting gold. It's the theme of the day, right? It's very difficult to know, is this just just a pause day, Tuesday after the holiday. It's like a Monday, and we all know how stuff trades on Mondays. So I'd be careful. If we look at this, and I've said this on Sunday too, the median line here, support. Then we broke through it. We went to the 50 line, and now this sliding parallel, which actually comes from this high here, that could be support, or was support again here, and we still have more upside. Silver, that was, silver always seems to do that, and I hate that. Got stopped out, and I think I got in 1703, and then I thought, oh, 7 cents, cool, I'll take it. And I mean, that wasn't on the FNF account, that was my account. So I took a few cents, and look at it now. It's at 1716 again, and we're going to close above the 50 line, which is in itself again a bullish sign. So first target still here at 1758. Okay, Aussie dollar, of course. No, Aussie Kiwi, of course. So I'm looking for a close near. So I'm looking. Yeah, there was an email I had to. I'm looking for a close near the highs, and preferably that we take out this high, 109.55. And then, well, if we could close above, that would be great. If not, just a higher high of last week's candle here. What is that? It's from Thursday, where it reversed, and that would lead the way to, well, first target 109.88, which is the daily reversal level, and then higher towards this green parallel. Okay. What else? I don't know is there a chat room here, or back to meeting? Oh, there is a chat. Okay. Well, I don't even know if anybody's listening or watching. So let me think. What else do we have? Well, Euro crosses, Euro Aussie. It all looks the same, right? I mean, big moves on a Friday, yesterday, nothing, and today, nothing. Every single pair looks the same. So is this the silence before some kind of storm? Don't know. Is this long? I don't know what to say. The fact is and remains that this fork, we broke through it, we retested it, and normally, there should be more upside. If you're not in this, there is no reason to take a position here. It would be like flipping a coin. And the same as with euro yen and probably, well, euro CAD. So all the CAD pairs, either at resistance, like this one, and just waiting for the big drop, or continuation. I mean, we already touched the median line here. We rejected it. It went back again. Another rejection. Another rejection. Maybe it's time that this thing. Let me just put this here. Drops. Even though with euro strength, the CAD, because it's a rate decision, that should also move this pair. Okay, what else? Oil. US oil. Tried a few shorts and I got stopped out because the stop was actually it was just placed stupidly. But it does look like, even though it looks the same as all the other pairs, some indecision here, but got rejection here at 64.85. So that seems to be a really strong level. I do expect it to, that there's a healthy pullback before going higher and 70s, and that should be it. I don't expect $109 oil anymore. A quick look at the DAX, because the US indices keep making higher highs, and the DAX had a spike up today, got rejected, and maybe we'll close lower. I got this hourly chart here. We do need to close lower. This internal trend line, a lot of touches, seems to be important slope-wise too. So if this turns around here, then I would look like, at levels that come from these parallels, and then we could make another high. Do think that it will drop through it, and that would, if the inverse correlation with euro dollar is still there, then euro dollar could be going up a whole lot more. So okay, that was it. Let me look at my, so I got everything. Yeah, thank you for listening, and I really like this Zoom. Let's see if it recorded correctly, and I'll post it on the website, and I'll send out an invite for tomorrow again. Thank you. Stop share and end meeting.